Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our Indy. This is Captain April, and these are the days of our Indy. And the little bells and whistles now they've added to StreamYard. You can now automatically play, don't have to worry about trying to be manually doing this. I like it. Okay, it might actually be worth the price rate increase. But something I came across, one thing, because I've got well over 24 detransitioners in my feed right now. I might be approaching 30 or something. Every day that another one shows up. But this one caught my eye. The female lived as a guy for a while, but then even went on testosterone. But hold on, let me take her something first. I don't want to be showing anybody off here that doesn't want to be shown off. Close that. Okay. But this is from her handle is Meniazan. I'll link in the description later on. In fact, I'll do this now. Copy that. Edit this. Update these there. There we go. Live TV, kids. But let's pull this up here. She did a nice one, but it's again, when you're not don't have the blue check, you're limited on how big a post you can make. This needs some amplification. So let's go ahead and bring this up for the entire class to see. Get this bigger so everyone can read it. And follow along, follow the bouncing ball, kids. It's like, what does it mean for a trans person to live as their gender? When I was on T, I passed as male. I started young. I'm sure some people clocked me, but most people legitimately thought I was a man. It became obvious when I started to be perceived as female again. I was talked over more. People treated me with less respect. Women were much more open with me. In some ways, I have experienced being perceived as male. This has given me insight into the different ways men and women are treated. However, I was never, ever a man. It is impossible for me to understand how a man feels like a man because I am not one. In fact, the more I think about it, the more insulting I find the claim that a trans-identified female can ever know what it's like to be a man. So it would be wrong and insulting for me to say that I know what it's like to be a man because I supposedly lived as one. No, I was a girl who took steroids and was mistaken for male by many. My understanding of every interaction was informed by my sex. When a man walked too close to me, I still had that fight or flight reaction. When a woman crossed the street to avoid me, it hurt, but I empathized because I know that life. You know what life I never actually knew? A man's life. It's why now I find it insulting when trans-identified men say they are living as a woman. Most of the time, they don't even pass as female. Okay, so how the hell are you living as a woman when everyone knows you're a man? The Tims who pass are experiencing what I did. Many or some people incorrectly guess their sex, and this gives them insight into how the other half lives. But they'll never have a period. They'll never give birth. They'll never understand female socialization or the bond women have because of it. Trans people experience a cheap imitation of life as the opposite sex. If you don't consistently pass, then you have zero experience understanding how the other sex is treated day to day. And most trans people don't pass, especially men. Tims don't know how women feel. Tiffs don't know how men feel. I think people can forget that men and women were fashioned by evolution for specific reproductive roles. We think differently. We live in reality differently. Passing doesn't change that. You transition into a trans person, not the other sex. And in a way, this is something I've been kind of going on about for a while. In fact, actually, almost from the beginning of this thing with me and Indy, it's like you don't know what you can understand a lot of it. Especially guys are not hard to figure out, but you'll never know it because you weren't one. You never will be. I don't know how much testosterone they pump into you or what they chop off and everything. You'll never really know. And I guarantee you, I can intellectually understand what it's like to be, but I never know what it's like, So, but it's like this, really thinking, what are you trying to do here? Seriously, what are you trying to accomplish here? And it's the question to ask yourself: what am I doing? What is this colossal waste of time that I'm engaging in and trying to do this shit? And again, there's all the little things here and there. You may be aware of yourself, but it's clear you don't want to do this. Not to the extent people are pushing you to. I mean, you claim you hate your tits, but you still like showing them off and flipping around there. Okay. Even your last video said, they're fun to play with. But you're blaming them for a lot of stuff. Okay, and that's common. And girls who have been, who've gone through what you've gone through, it is very common to hate your body, hate certain parts of it. But again, the whole goal of your therapy should be to get you to come to terms with reality, what has happened, what you can change, and what you can do about it. Learn to live as you are in the real world, not dive deeper into the delusion. That's where your therapists have utterly failed you. They're not getting to ground. In fact, they're encouraging you to deep dive even further, apparently. Fire them all. They have outlived their usefulness. Find someone who's going to get you to live in reality, Indy. You find it's not quite as bad as you think it is, okay? What's past is past, but we're all ready to help you make a better future here, okay? Yes, I know that sounds like a bumper sticker, but I think just a little quickie. I figured that needs some boosting here and there, There's a lot of good people out here that've been through the ringer and been through crap, and I'm just imagine what this poor kid's going through because of that much, enough testosterone. It's like he passed. It's like got to be some serious fuck ups here. But anyway, we got a comment. Hey, Charlie. No, it's just great. I'm just doing a quick one here. So, yeah, Charlie did. Oh, and Steph's home. No. Saying you're home. Then timed it out right. So, yeah, it'll still be a couple weeks before I start getting paid again. But, all right. Yeah, but, yeah, Indy, think about this. Okay? Stephen Hyper? Okay, Stephen, hi from Charlie. If you're, I don't know. I'm not can't sure who this Stephen is. If it's the Stephen I know, or just a general shout out. Okay, but seriously, this is not something that they have packaged this whole thing of we can change anything. No, you can't. Okay, our biology will not be denied. Oh, Steph. Okay. Yes, Charlie says hi. Okay. Some reason it might be on her phone. I don't know. It said Stephen Hype. No, it's Steph. No, Charlie to run through the hills. Why? Because I'm back. Oh, geez. Calm yourself. Okay. Yes, I know. Yeah. But it's about time to drop this off here. I was never really a beard guy. This is pure laziness. But again, this whole thing that no, you are not. I'm a boy. No, you're not. You know you're not. And the fact that they, unfortunately, the things don't translate in the StreamYard yet, so I don't see whatever emoji hit. That's the fun of doing this live. If I just recorded this and posted it, it would have been like 5 minutes and done. And already there's an ad. Load everything in. Oh, hugs for you. Okay. You hear me?
What?
Hugs. Yeah, she sent hugs.
What?
She sent hugs for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
She said thanks. I don't know how you heard that. Okay, let's get out of this. I don't need that clogging things up. But yeah, this is something I've been. Is it that big old Tumblr post? It's like, yeah, I can intellectually understand it, but I'll never know what it's actually like to be a woman. I'll never have a period. Never have to worry about getting pregnant. Or worry about, really worry about breast cancer. I should do something, but it's not a known for guys, but it's rare. There are certain cancer risks. They're completely impossible for me because I, don't have ovaries. I don't have to worry about having fibroids or anything like that, or a uterine tract infection is kind of like, I'd have to be doing something really stupid to get one because the male system is set up. It's like it's meant to be kind of out in the open and exposed, that sort of thing. It's like, whoops, yeah. Just as most again, women will never understand that special feeling of when you're looking forward to a prostate exam, that sort of thing, or really understand the special little kick it get you and you're in the face turn left and cough. Someone have no freaking clue what that is, guys. Oh yeah. This is different thing, and places like where a woman would be totally terrified and frightened. I have no freaking clue. There's waltz on in, like nothing's going on. Like I said, and it's all started back when I don't know. I have to look out just when that episode was, but I'm sure it was the 70s. So I'm pretty sure we're still living in Northland at the time. We moved there in 70, moved away from there in 76. But again, gender, trying to change your, sex, it's nothing new. Okay. Renee Richards, Christine Jorgensen, look it up. This was back in the 50s and 60s. And again, and I saw this thing on. It was like it was on PBS. I know that. I think it may have been Nova. But talking about this different things of weirdness and gender, talking about kids, intersex, kids where they are born with something malformed. It's very misunderstood. No, you're not born with one of you. Very, very rarely is you get the testicle and an ovary done. You get there's tendencies there, but usually it's malformed, and for shorthand they get, well, you kind of like it started trying to go that way. But these are traits that are determined by either an XY or an XX. And try to, what about the XXY? Those are so damn rare, it's not even funny. And I think it's Klinefelter syndrome. So the XXY, like, no, they're not really interested. They are males. It is exclusively a male phenomenon. And there are certain oddities, but there's no mistaking this is a biological male. And certain things, most of the things where something's forming, looks like a penis, a thing, the snip, But a lot of these cases, like, no, you're definitely definitively one sex or the other. Things may not work right because of it. But that's why a lot of standard procedures, like for the longest time, in fact, they dealt. In fact, when we were one kid, there's a little, and the parents. This was one thing kind of irritating me though, but because the parents, when they when the mother gave birth, the thing knew there's something a bit odd, but they expressly told the doctors, don't change anything. They did it anyway. So and yeah, at the time they were looking, doing a lawsuit and thing. And this is going on 40, 50 years ago. So the kids still around it close to my age, but they wanted the kid as he came out, and it's like, we'll deal with it as a deal with it. But the procedure at the time was the doctor to step in. Nope, we're gonna But the big thing that kicked me was they were following this guy going through the transition. It wasn't even a transition; they were going through his exchange, what they called it. And again, his male coworker, and he was dressing, doing the social thing with the wig and the dress, and the guys were okay with it for the most part. Hey, he wants to, do it, whatever, they live, but the female coworker was highly insulted. Like, you think you know what being a woman is? You had no freaking clue. And and the one of the team of our universe. Well, why? What? Well, they never have a period, and that's that's one of those things that are stuck in my mind. That's big, yeah. And again, that's something most guys go, well, it'll never occur to them when they're doing this. They just want to be pretty. They want to know it's like to get in a dress and not try to be all macho. They want the feel of the silk panties of the dress and do makeup and hair right now. And it's like, it's all a cosplay to you. You don't freaking know. You can affect certain mannerisms and stuff that you think are feminine, and it really just comes as kind of swishy. Try and get something approximately down. Try and sound female. You just sound gay. Okay. And yes, there is a gay voice. They study this. There certain modulations that tend to happen amongst gays, where it's gays and straights. They emphasize certain vowel sounds, certain consonants. And no, the lisp is not one of them. I don't know where the hell that came from. But they have studied this, and yes, there is a gay voice, believe it or not. Good morning, Captain. Yeah, there is, in a way, it's kind of an acting type, tool type thing. It's like, yeah, it's there, so yeah, if you know what to do. Hi, after little more open, little high, you do this sort of thing. And by the same token, if you're a gay actor, you're trying to play a straight role, you can look this and modulate it down to more even, a little more mumbly, a little more gravelly, less high notes, a little less sing-songy. It's like, why this happens? Who the fuck knows? It could lead to deeper delvings, or why do people do these sort of things? Where we're getting into the weeds a bit. This is basically bottom line. Yeah, a lot of it, and a lot of it doesn't necessarily translate. Well, you're talking. No, it's not. It's not really a female thing. I don't know. I should look into that a bit because that could be why men love lesbians, because they're more of the wavelength is. Yeah, okay, I can like her. She's like one of the guys in a way, not just because she also likes girls. But yeah, this is getting further than I was just gonna. I was just gonna record this up and doom, but 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 it's turned into a bit of a thing here. So, all right. So, Indy, and I know this will get back to you at some point. Hey, he's doing a little video about you. Yeah. And that ego of yours, you got to know what he's saying. Got to know what this asshole's doing now. Well, here you go. A little missive from someone who actually did it. Live the life you think you're going for, and it's like, it ain't what you think it is. It don't work. Charlie, you were having problems with the typos today. Now, I think the lipstick lesbians, I think that's like a lot of them. Again, you got different kinds of male gays. You got, gay males. You got, lesbians. It's like, some of them, it's like they're just, man-hating bulldogs, and one of them, it's like, no, they just don't like men. And God knows we give them so much reason to not. Again, another reason why it's like, because the male mind, the male lesbians, I think, a lot of it is just like, no, if I was a woman, no, I wouldn't want to have the fucking guy either. We're assholes. We're big dumb assholes. We don't, do all stupid things. No, Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up now before I get to, because it's 4 a.m. I'm doing this. And I also want to test out this outro thing. So we will talk at you later.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.